And the very first game was against the Mexicans. The very first game. We'd only just got off the plane.
Teams, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we just got off the plane, just went straight to the arena, and there was 2,000 Mexicans to welcome us. And the Australian team hadn't actually played any games before that. I mean, they had a great training camp in Mexico. It lasted for a week, but they didn't play any exhibition games. So the first game they played together was against the Mexicans in Mexico.
And for the gold, effectively, in the first game.
It was, basically for the gold medal in the very first game. And it was hilarious to hear all them screaming and yelling and carrying on. And then right at the back, you'd hear this little, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. But,
was that your narrative?
Yeah, that's right. But in the end, Mitch Humphries scored the winning goal for the Australians in overtime, so they took that game 5-4. And that, to be honest, was really the only game that was a struggle for the Australian team after that. I mean, North Korea 22-1, Bulgaria 14-1, New Zealand 6-2. I mean, even Israel 9-3. I mean, they were all games that the Australian team really performed well. It was a pleasure to watch the two Newcastle Northstar players there. We had
we should mention who the other was.
Sorry?
We should mention who the other was. It was Bert Malloy.
That's right, Bert Malloy, absolutely.
Matt, your son, Matt.
And Bert had the A for the Australian team as well. I mean, he's captain here. He's obviously a great leader, and he did a really good job for the Australian team as well. And, of course, the CBR Brave had young James Byers on defence and Mark McKinnon on defence as well, too. So, interestingly enough, all four defence are here tonight playing. So, we're probably going to see a defensive game.
Could be. We've got a couple of good goalies in there, too. So, it should be a good arm wrestle tonight.
Well, that's really the thing. There is some marvellous goal scorers tonight. I mean, I think we've seen that already with Brandon Wong. 4.5 points per game. I mean, does it get any better than that?
Not many. Not often, and not for long.
And, I mean, in the top six, we've got 3 from the Newcastle Northstars, and we've got 3 from the CBR Brave. So there's a lot of offense out there. I mean, Dane Davis has done a fantastic job in net for the Newcastle Northstars this year. And, of course, Tiverton for the CBR Brave is a great goaltender as well. So with that, with Australian defence in front of them, with the absolute unbelievable offences that we're going to see here tonight, if this isn't a cracking game, I don't know what we're going to ever see.
A little bit extra flavour, a bit of spice tonight's game with the move from Geordie Woodrick. Just in March, he went with the CBR Brave, originally coming back here to Newcastle for a second season. So it feels like there's a little bit of unfinished tension in the room at the moment.
And look, he's such a lovely bloke. You know, just a terrific guy. So it would have weighed heavily on him as to which city he was going to play. I mean, it's obvious that Newcastle has one of the better rinks and certainly one of the better organisations in the league, taking nothing away from Canberra, but certainly the ice rink wouldn't be in the same class as what we have here or in Melbourne for that matter. But obviously there's something that attracted him down there that made him want to go. I don't know what it was, but that's for him to make that decision. And obviously it's working for him. I mean, he's second in the scoring at the moment. He's doing well. He's averaging over 2 points a game. So he's enjoying where he is at the moment. Whether that'll continue over a 28-game season or not is another question.
It's to be seen. That's right. Well, we might head back to the ice right now, and we'll see who we have in tonight's layout as the warm-up continues. Steve, if you could take us through the Newcastle lineup.
Well, tonight we have number 3, Matt Lindsay, one of our assistant captains. And, of course, he did the right thing and went to his mother's place to have breakfast this morning. Good kid. Number 5, John F. Kennedy, also another one of our assistant captains. Number 8, Hamish Powell, having probably one of his career years in all seriousness. He's really fitted in well with everything that Coach Petrie has tried to do for the team this year. 11, Tim Stange. We on the East Coast Super League team are going to miss him this year, but he's made the choice to stick with the AIHL team, and good luck to him. Number 12, Connor McLaughlin. Had a fantastic year again already this year. 14, Brandon Wong. And again, what can you say about Brandon? 4.5 points a game. The guy is a goal scorer. There's no doubt about that. Jason Chalker, number 16, is playing defence for the Newcastle Northstars this season. Number 18, Scott Swiston, returning for his second year with the Newcastle Northstars, and he's fitted in straight away because of that realisation he played last year as well too. Number 20, Robert Malloy, our captain for the Newcastle Northstars, and has led this team very, very well. He's got big shoes to fill with Rob Stark and good old Razor, who's been our captain for the last few years, but he's done a brilliant job, Robert. Number 23, Matt Watini, certainly one of the young veterans on the team. It's funny to say young veteran, but he's been around for a long time. 24, Jonathan Ruth, and it's good to see him in the lineup tonight after taking a big hit last year, unfortunately to the head, but he seems to have come through any concussion worries. 25, David Ferrari, again doing a great job in defence. A young guy, number 27, Liam Manwaring, 17 years old and getting an opportunity with the AIHL team. Dane Davis, you can't say enough about him at the back. He's done a brilliant job this year for the Northstars in goal. 33 and backing up tonight is Nick Nissen. 71, Shane Southwood. And 91, again, a guy who's made a huge impression this year, Pat Naden. Coach is Andrew Petrie and assisted by Joey Tetrold, Ray Sheffield, and the manager is Craig Tonks.
Tonight for the CBR Brave, we have Matthew Girton wearing number 2. Number 3, Ryan Johnson. Number 4, Art Bidlevsky. Number 5, Alexei Toivonen in goal. Number 9, Neil Prokop. Number 10, Zach Boyle. Number 12, Mark Rumenkonen. Number 13, Luke Phillip. Number 15, Casey Kubara. Number 17, James Byes. Number 18, Mitch Henning. Number 19, Jordan Gavin, the captain. Number 20, Alex Trichtol. Number 21, Jordan Brunt. Number 23, Tim Cox. Number 27, Luke Moore. Number 64, Kai Mietman. And number 88, as mentioned, Geordie Woodruff.
There's certainly a lot of talent out on the ice tonight, Peter. We've got 7 players for the Newcastle Northstars who have either played in the youth teams and junior teams for Australia or in the senior men's team. And we have 9 playing for Canberra. So there's certainly a lot of representation of Australian talent that's going to be out there on the ice tonight.
Yeah, both teams.
I'm really looking forward to watching Casey Guevara for the CBR Brave. He's the leading Australian scorer in the league this year, and he's had a great season overseas last year with San Diego, and he's come this year and playing with his brother Tyler and really done a great job. He's a goal scorer. He is a goal scorer.
1:32 left in this shootout. Pardon me, this warm-up. I'm a bit ahead of myself here. We did have some other scores. I saw that after one period, the Melbourne Ice were leading the Adelaide Adrenaline 2-0. About to start was the other game in Sydney. Well, second game in Sydney. There was one last weekend, so this is the second Battle of Sydney. This time it's the Ice Dogs hosting the Bears. Last week it was the other way around, the Bears hosting the Ice Dogs. And Ice Dogs got their first regulation win since 2014.
Oh, they would have been such a happy dressing room to actually finally get on the board and grab 3 points from a game. And there's no doubt the Dogs are a lot more powerful this year than they were last year. More experience with the Stevensons coming back and helping out. I don't know if they'll necessarily be challenging for playoff position, but certainly they're going to make some guys know that they're in a game when they're playing against them.
They want to be competitive.
Oh, absolutely.
Just going over the league at the moment. So leading right now, due to their least games played, is Melbourne Ice with 10 points. 10 points for Canberra Brave. Northstars on the ice right now with 9. Perth have 4 points. Mustangs with 3. Ice Dogs also with 3, thanks to that win against the Bears. The Bears with just 2 at the moment. A shootout win last night in Canberra. And the Adrenaline got a shootout loss last night. So first game, they did get a point to their name.
Yeah, look, I don't think Adelaide would be upset about that because obviously they haven't had the rink working, so they haven't had a lot of opportunity to practice together, and to grab a point in Melbourne against Melbourne, you'd have to be happy with that. Hopefully, I know they're down 2-0 tonight, but hopefully for their case, they can come back and get back into this game and be competitive as well too.
Well, the Melbourne Ice showed that they're a classy team last week.
Absolutely.
In this rink, beating the Northstars in Shootout, although it took some Jason Beckley brilliance later in the game to equalise, and then winning the Shootout to get them those 2 points, and us just one.
So I guess it was the same last year in the grand final when it was a bit of Mitch Humphries' absolute magic, so that game went to overtime. And of course, as we all know, Brian Bales managed to sink the penalty shot that won the good old cup for the Newcastle Northstars.
A bit of poetic justice about that one.
Absolutely.
Well, certainly for the Melbourne fans, it would have felt like that. Though I'm sure they would have preferred the win in August than that one.
That's the one we're all looking for, Peter. It's the big one in August. That's the one we want.
We have the Northstars Peewees on the ice. They're out there to pick up pucks from the warm-up. And then we'll have 50 minutes on the clock and we'll be underway. Teams are on the ice. And as we have for many years, it's the Guns N' Roses welcoming them to the ice. And here come the CBR Brave. Just a quick score update from Melbourne. Melbourne Ice, Steve, now leading 4-0 against the Adelaide Adrenaline. So it was a close one last night, but it's not as close tonight, at least so far. It's the second period.
Well, again, with Adelaide not actually having facilities available to skate, certainly they've always got opportunity to get off-ice stuff, but it's nothing better than being on the ice and actually skating. And being that they haven't had that opportunity, it doesn't surprise me if they lose some momentum. The fact that they were able to actually take ice to a shootout last night, I think it's a great credit to them, fantastic credit to them.
Yeah, well, they've had no ice to practice on as such. A little tiny practice rink there at Adelaide. Message from mums from Captain Robert Malloy. Happy Mother's Day to you all. And Nancy, if you're watching, happy Mother's Day from Robert. Please be upstanding for the national anthem.
Peter.
Here we go, Steve. There's 15 minutes on the clock. We're ready for this Australian Ice Hockey League game. These two teams played the semi-final, the first semi-final last year. What a thriller. Newcastle down 3-0. And Geordie Woodrick, who's now on the other team, the team that he beat, scored a hat-trick to get the Newcastle Northstars back in it.
Well, I guess it just reinforces what we were saying, Peter, that there is so much offense on the ice tonight. Yes, we have Australian defense. There are going to be two from each team representing their country just coming back from Mexico, but there are so much offense. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. These goaltenders are going to have to be ready right from the first shot.
That's right.
I think it's very interesting that the CBR Brave haven't brought Stephen Blunden with them for this game. I understand that they have 6 imports and they're sort of doing some kind of rotation system for them. But boy, Stephen Blunden.
Yeah, he's been one of the highest scorers in the league a couple of seasons in a row. I'm not even. Is he in the country yet? I'm not certain of that.
You could be right.
He may not be. But yeah, the rules, the Australian ice hockey rules are that they have to play 5 games to qualify for the finals. So perhaps one of these other guys has to go early. Woodrick signed in France. That's already public knowledge. So I don't know if Geordie's going to be around for the finals. Should they come around?
Point.
He's taking the face-off dot right now. I think it's against Brandon Wong. And we're underway here at Under Ice Skating Stadium. The clock is ticking down. And right now, it's Bidlevsky with the puck. He gets it by his man, though, and picked off centre ice is Brendan Wong. And aren't these CBR Brave numbers hard to read?
Yes, indeed they
Unless they're in your half of the ice. They're pretty much invisible at this distance. Long cross-ice pass, and Steve Lev cross-ice passes. And
we'll talk about that.
Great energy from the Brave. We're already getting some hits going. There's a bit of oomph in this game already. Newcastle have it in their end. It's reversed, and coming around to pick it up, I believe, is Scott Swiston, judging by the height. Onto the puck. Into the zone now. Inside goes McLaughlin. Wong goes to the half boards. McLaughlin can't pick it up, so he gets it off the rebound. He's pulled up behind the net by Bidlevsky. Tim Stanger's on the ice. Partial change underway here, and I think we're going to have some changes. Yep, here comes some of the forwards. So Newcastle changing. I don't know that CBR have changed yet. Bilevsky's still out there. Hamish Powell straight out there with some hits.
Yeah, Hamish has fitted in really, really well with the systems that coaches are trying to run.
JFK gets in the game with a big hit and knocks down, is it Miettinen? It is Miettinen, and now we've got two or three CBR Brave players trying to take him out, even though the puck wasn't really...
It's actually a good call by our referee, Joe Marr, just to settle all that down, because there were a few people running around trying to take bodies out, and this settles it all down, so we can focus on the hockey again.
Play resume in the neutral zone, just outside of the Newcastle zone. Davis in net for Newcastle, and Toivonen in net for the Brave. Canberra putting pressure on. One in front, gets the puck, can't direct it towards the net, and play will stop.
Yeah, I think the net's come off.
Yeah. 13-16 remaining in this first period, Steve.
Yeah, you can tell already that the CBR Brave have come with a lot of energy. They're putting a lot of pressure on Northstars. I mean, we played just under 2 minutes, and really there's only been 1 5-second passage of play that was down here in the Brave end. The rest of the time they've been in the Northstars end. So the pressure they're putting on is working. It's interesting to see if they can keep it going for 50 minutes.
Face-off won by the Brave, but it goes all the way to the far end for Toivonen. Low and slow goes Swiston. Woodrick is back to help out. Bilevsky now takes the puck out from behind his net and goes up the middle himself. Hands it off. It's off the stick and bouncing into the zone. And Woodrick, bit of a late hit there. Never mind, at the other end, McLaughlin takes a shot and a save by Toivonen. Swiston there to check that Toivonen handled it correctly.
And that's the kind of hockey I expected. Shot down the other end, instantly back up the other end, and taking on Toivonen with a great shot there from McLaughlin. And it was interesting, Woodrick taking a hit there on Lindsay, one of the smaller players on the ice.
Well, he's showing who he's playing for now, no question. And already there's a bit between Wong and Woodrick, and there's another one. And a little elbow just hanging out there for Wong. So these two have already had a bit of tit for tat.
Even Loy went and had a bit of a chat to him as well too.
And I'm not going to be ashamed to say it. I think Brendan Wong was first. Shot and a save by Toivonen. Gathers it, squeezes the arm in close to keep it from rebounding.
I haven't seen a lot of Toivonen, but so far he looks very, very relaxed. He's very square to the puck, and certainly he's not giving the North Star shooters anything loose to have a go at.
Now, I believe, if I have his story correctly, he's actually a Finn who was born in Australia, which is his qualification to play here. So even though when he came out last year, he didn't speak English, I'd say he does now. But it was pretty brave for him to come out here and play, and a hell of a good catch for the Brave. It just makes you wonder what other players are out there that we haven't got playing here in Australia who do qualify, being Australian, born in Australia. We've even had New Zealanders, of course, because they can qualify as residents, which makes them non-imports. Swiston to the outside. Puck goes past Chalker, who's playing some defence lately. Probably waiting for Greenside to come, who's now free available. Wong fakes, wrap around, saved by Toivonen. Boyle gives him a bit of stick around the net. Woodrick helping out, but Brave have been pinned down for a bit. That's off Woodrick's skate, and he joins his teammate in the zone. Takes a shot, saved by Davis.
Well, Davis has
Can't find the puck.
Idea where that is.
So Woodrick hit there after he made the shot, so that was a clean hit, and probably good because Davis could not find the puck.
He had absolutely no idea. Obviously, once it raised above his eye level, he couldn't see it anymore, and no one was helping him as to where it was, but the good on Dane, he was able to pick it up.
No score so far in Sydney. We're back on the way here. Can't keep it in the zone. Is that Kubara? 17, James Byers. He's got some locks flowing there.
He certainly does.
Our mega locks. Jason Trocker's cut all these off, and he's fine, thank you. I think he probably weighs a few pounds less. He had so much hair.
Well, certainly with Byers, you'll never know what his name tag on the back of his jersey is.
That's right, you won't be able to see it. Yeah. let's get to the point where we won't see his numbers.
But he is partnered up with Rue McKinnon, who were the two that were playing together on the Australian team. So certainly they've got a great chemistry. There's no doubt that they'll be keeping the pressure on the Northstars all game long. But I was just going to say, young Zach Boyle out there, number 10, playing defence for Canberra. He's only 19 years old, and to be given this opportunity is fantastic.
You mentioned youth, so we've also got Pat Naden, who's playing pretty much a full-time role now and has been playing with the first top line a lot. It was before Wong's arrival. So Pat Naden, 19 now. 19 this year?
Yep.
Or was it 20 this year? It's only his second proper season with the Northstars. He was a rookie last year. And the other one is Lehman Waring, who's still 17, played last night against the Ice Dogs. That's chipped in, and chasing now is McLaughlin. Boyle fishes it out, and it's in the neutral zone. Losing the puck in the neutral ice, and here comes Newcastle. Big hit there by Bedlevsky. Shot, saved by Tobin, and loose. That was a big hit.
That was a big hit. And it looks so pretty coming down the ice, the way the North Star imports are actually using each other, crossing lanes, drop passes. It looks pretty. And once they start scoring, it's going to be magic.
Well, that was what was missing last week against Melbourne Ice. These guys have never skated together, so Brandon Wong didn't really know how he was going to fit with Swiston and McLaughlin, but you could see the difference last night against the Ice Dogs. Ice Dogs are not the same team as they were last year. The score was not really indicative of that. They are a much better team, but what it indicated was how well those three are playing together. Here's the Canberra Brave, they're into the zone, Woodrick, and they're offside, so it's blown down. Woodrick got the shot away, but nobody seems to be too bothered.
There's a big hit there on James Barrs. He lost his stick and everything, straight off the face-off.
The guard sale, mate. Gear going everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
All over the grass. Back underway, Lindsay hands it off. I believe that's Malloy at the far end, number 20. And gets it back to Lindsay, looking to break out now. Newcastle breakout has definitely been better this last weekend. And it was a big thing for them in Sydney. The breakouts were really good to do now. Off the boards. Buys, it's chipped onto the stick of McLaughlin. He avoids one, can't get past the second shot. Ooh. Bit of a screen off Lindsay's shot, but Toivonen gets a blocker on it and it's out of the zone. Bouncing around, so it's going to be a handful for Malloy, and he chips it out of the zone into neutral ice. Pressure now on Byers. More hits. Great to see.
I don't think Lindsay's eyes could have got any bigger on that shot. He thought it was in all the way. Yeah. But he's had a great opportunity tonight. There's 3 good shots on net so far.
Newcastle pressing hard here. They've got 2 players deep early there on that attack. So they are keen.
There's a lot of big hits going here tonight, Peter.
Davis freezes a puck with just under 9 minutes to go here in the first period. No score in Sydney so far.
Yeah, I sort of thought for the first couple of minutes of the game, each team would be trying each other out, maybe a few hits and so on. But we're 6 minutes in, and they're still looking for each other. So this has got great intensity. This is going to be an arm wrestle.
Round the balls it goes, and it's out of the zone. Picked up now by Boyle. He gets buzzed by Naden, or Nadine as they're calling him now. And that was a shot well off the whistle, and it has been called, I believe.
That was Casey Cabara. Again, he's a shooter. That's all he really knows. So I think our referee, Mar, is going to just chat to him and explain that maybe next time discretion would be a better part of valor and just maybe not shoot it.
Oh, so they're leaving the zone. So there's no penalty. He's had a warning.
Yeah, just had a warning.
Yeah. Verbal warning, not in writing at this stage. Back underway.
Beautiful.
Stolen by Wong. Can't get through 2-man though. Puck is loose. Then it'll go to neutral ice for Malloy, who'll dump it back in, and his forward line has to touch up. Behind the net, Bedlevsky gets hit by McLaughlin. Swiston now takes it deep. He's going to go low and slow and then bring it up and hands it off, bouncing to McLaughlin. off his skates. Fires.
Oh, yes.
Scores. 1-0 Newcastle Northstars. He did a few of those, Steve. He picked the corners. That one picked the 5-hole.
How many times you heard me say it? Put the puck to the net. Anything can happen. The magic happens if the puck's at the net. And that's all he did.
Here we have the replay. McLaughlin bouncing around, picks it off his skates right here, kicks it. And he said, you can't pick players by elite prospects. You pick the players who'll skate through a wall for you. And that's what he was talking about Scott Swiston. And I think you would include Connor McLaughlin, that these guys are so keen. And Stephen Blunden's one of those guys. He's come from college. He came from Ottawa, from the college system there. And these are guys that work so hard and get results just through energy and through commitment.
And they do the little things well. That's really the important, crucial thing. You stick to the detail, get the detail right, and the magic will happen.
You've got Southwood line out right at the moment. So a bit of a change of line. He's out there with Hamish Powell. A bit of a checking line, I guess you could say. You've got some size here. I think Chalk might be out with them as well. So these guys are pretty fast, they're big, and they can really bang some bodies. So they'll be out there to rattle some bones. Hamish Powell whiffs on the puck. Does get it across. Southwood and he swapping positions, but it's going to be Canberra who get it out. They lose the puck immediately, though, and Newcastle will dump it in.
Exactly what you're saying, Peter. Look, you just look at the energy that these guys are bringing. Hamish Powell, Shane Southwood. They want to be strong.
Chance for Canberra. Shoots. Dinks. No, he dinks, and he's saved by Davis. I was just couldn't see exactly what's happened there. It's a save. There's a beauty. He didn't bite on the big deke.
Not at all. And the Brave player would like to take that back again, there's no doubt, because he should have had the shot.
Second guess.
Glove space was lots of room there, but he tried to take it back on the dig.
It's like he second-guessed himself a little.
Correct,
yeah?
exactly. And Dane Davis just followed him the whole way, gave him nothing.
Newcastle scooting up the left wing. McLaughlin's shot is off a stick and bounces in front, but there are 4 white jerseys there waiting for it. Down to the other end for Matt Lindsay to retrieve, but it's icing on the Brave.
So Connor McLaughlin has gone, okay, I shot the first time it went in. Maybe if I shoot again, anything could go in.
Well, we haven't got Bo Taylor here yet either. So we're going to have 2 boom booms. Guys that just fire and fire and fire the puck.
Get the puck to the net. That's where the goals happen. Get the puck to the net.
5-1 in Melbourne at the moment. That's Adrenaline trailing in the ice. Off the glass it goes. Woodrick now hands it off up the wing. Can't make out the number, sorry. I think it's Prokop. Attempted shot and bounced and nearly went in. It was just a little wide. It hit a skate or a stick and just, I thought it was going to jump over the glove right then.
Just bounced up on the back of the net and weren't able to clear it. So face off down to the left of Davis.
That's the end of the second period in Melbourne. Bears lead 1-0 in Sydney. Anthony Kimberley in immediate effect. Wrestling down low. And off goes, is that Matt?
That's Lindsay. He's lost his
Matt
helmet.
Lindsay. Wrestling. Chance in front.
Ooh.
Tries short side Swiston. Puck is stuck in the netting. Now, there's some guys that did play with Woodrick last year and some that didn't. I don't think you'll see McLaughlin or Wong too upset about saying a few things to Woodrick.
Well, they just want him to know that he is back in Newcastle, and it's not going to be easy for him this year. Last year, the Northstars did a great job supporting Woodrick, and I'm not saying Canberra, the Brave aren't, but certainly they did a fantastic job supporting him last year.
He was the most adored man in Newcastle, along with Stark and Bales, but with his game against this team, who's now playing for in the semi-final, it is something special.
Well, they just contributed so much to the community. They're always available for the kids coming through as well as the fans. That's important.
Canberra get that out of the zone. Kennedy's there to send it back in. He's cut off at the pass by Rumenkainen. Rumenkainen pinned to the boards by Pat Naden. Down goes Ruth. He's okay. He did suffer a concussion last week in that game against Melbourne Ice. But by Thursday night, he was skating with the team again, and no adverse effects we're happy to report. Into the zone, go to Brave. Newcastle with the puck right now, up the right wing. Long. Can't get across ice, and they're having trouble breaking out cleanly right now.
The Brave have certainly tightened up their offensive forecheck as well as the neutral zone work, so the Northstars aren't seeing the gaps that they were early.
Lloyd tries to move, can't quite get past Boyle, but he dumps it in for his teammate to retrieve. McLaughlin pressed hard into the boards by Vidlevsky. Now back into the zone. Newcastle on the attack again. They seem to be doing that more than Canberra. Canberra are getting some counter rushes, but they're not really getting deep into the zone like Newcastle and setting up.
Boy, you can hear the boards move whenever Hamish Powell goes in and hits someone.
Yep. School teacher.
He's got it right this year. I mean, he's always been a big hitter, but this year he's just got the timing right. So there's no charging, there's no elbows up, there's no stick up. He's just doing a really good job of putting his body there.
He's a good 6 foot and just packed full of muscle too. He's not quite.
He
had a bit of a couple of hits against Andrew White last night. He was pretty much one of the most renowned heavyweights in the AIHL for body checking, and the two of them were smiling. They were enjoying the contest. Tim Stanger handles the puck, takes it around the other side, into the zone, goes Kennedy, and a save by Toivonen, and streaking to the net, Hamish Powell.
Very good vision there by Tim Stanger to actually see that JFK was back on the point and open and get the puck to him. Kennedy probably wanted a little bit more on his forehand rather than in his skate so he could get a better shot away, but he got a shot away. It was at the net.
Now this line stays out, though Chalkers join them, and so we've got Stanger versus Woodrick. Stanger wins a face-off. I think it was last week, the guys would tell me how many face-offs Tim Stanger was winning. They were amazed. In Perth, his face-off percentage was something like 75%.
Yeah, well, Matthew was talking about it today.
Oh,
saying how big.
Oh, that was huge. Hamish Powell. Vidlevsky.
It was a good hit.
Yeah, and the good thing is that nobody went after Powell either. I was like, yeah, that's fair enough.
I'll tell you, Vidlevsky's looking a little bit dusty, though.
Yeah, puck goes to Woodrick. He fires it out, and it goes over the head of Dave Ferrari, number 25. Dave doesn't get that puck away, and fortunately for him, the Canberra player also has the same trouble with velocity. Puck fired in, it's stopped by Malloy, I believe. Drops the knee. Puck towards the net, throw it in. There's players everywhere. And looks like a Newcastle penalty. And yes, play will stop. We'll find out what's going on here. Is that a...
It wouldn't surprise me if it was an interference call.
Looks like McLaughlin.
There was a lot happening at the net. And it usually happens when you're in your D zone. Unfortunately, you might stretch the rules occasionally just to try and gain an advantage. As a cross-checking call.
So some Canberra pressure has resulted in the Northstars being forced to defend their goalie and have drawn a penalty. They will have 2 minutes power play right now. This is our first for the night.
Yeah, the Northstars are just asking the question. There was a few cross-checks thrown there. Just wondering why they got selected.
Just lucky, I guess. No icing as Newcastle killing the penalty. Swiston tries to use the man against the man there. Vidlevsky into Toivonen, but they get the puck away. Now up the wing. Cut off there by, is that Wong?
It was Wong.
Yeah. He's out there with Swiston killing this penalty. Of course, McLaughlin, the man in the box. Stolen by Swiston. He makes his getaway up the wing. Chips it off the boards. Gets around Prokop. Prokop number 9. Vidlevsky right now with it. Takes it up the right wing. Fires it in. Trying to get his team set up. That took a strange bounce off the boards, and
We've got a high stick call.
we got a high stick call. Okay.
Just for a face-off.
That might be why it took a strange bounce. And it goes outside with 1:38 left in this first period. Just a little bit more than left on the penalty kill for the North Stars. 1:12 left in this Brave power play.
It is one of the, I wouldn't say disadvantages, but one of the things you've always got to be careful with glasses, those staunches. You just never really know which way the puck's going to go sometimes.
Into the zone, fired high and gloved by Tovinen. And Swiston makes sure he holds on to it.
Clever play by Swiston just to keep the face-off down in this end. It's a long way away from the North Stars end, so there's not going to be anywhere near any pressure. And the Brave have got to take it all the way down.
Woodrick wins that, gets it back to Girton. Lefsky with it right now. He'll skate up the middle to Prokop on the right wing. Southwood waits for him, but he's chipped into the bench and play will stop again. 1:16 left in the first.
I guess Prokop is used to having the netting around the Canberra rink so they could chip that high into the
chicken
zone.
wire.
But luckily everyone at the Zamboni end was able to duck and didn't get the puck in the face. This is a really good job by the North Stars killing this. They haven't given the Brave any opportunity at all, really.
Well, they'll be hoping they can do with McLaughlin what Swiston did last night, jump out of the penalty box onto a puck and put it away in a breakaway. That was partly to blame with the scoreboard not functioning at Liverpool. It was not working at the time, so the goalie, that was at the time, that was close. The goalie at the time was not able to see when the penalty expired.
Right. So
he was caught out by surprise too when Swiston jumped the boards. Puck came to him, beautifully timed, breakaway and scored. Although, of course, at that stage, it was still a pretty clear lead for the North Stars. Gertson steals the puck from Wong. And it's loose and neutralised. Once again, Newcastle choking them off in neutral ices. Coaching at work here.
Penalties up. Here we go.
Here he is. McLaughlin's got a breakaway into the zone. Oh, it's got hit me between the eyes.
Jeez, I thought it was only Australian.
I'm ashamed to say I ducked.
I thought it was only Australian players that shot the puck over the net all the time. But there you go. Canadians can do it as well.
He's American.
Americans can do it
there you
as
go.
well.
There's a problem. He's from California, from Los Angeles area, actually. But yeah, he plays in UAA, the University of Alberta Augustana, in Alberta, of course, Canada. Yeah, but McLaughlin is actually an American from the Los Angeles area. Imagine that. People playing hockey in California. It's like playing hockey in Australia. Well, we had in Arizona last year in Luke Moffat. And at the first period, a 1-0 lead for the North Stars. Conor McLaughlin getting the one goal for Newcastle. Steve.
An entertaining period. We really had a lot of big hits at the beginning of that period. It carried through to about the 9-minute mark, and then the game started to settle down a little bit. McLaughlin, of course, a brilliant shot, just ripped it short side, and Tovinen couldn't cover that area. But really the game has settled down a little bit now. The penalty obviously slowed the North Stars down, but the game has settled down, and it'll be interesting to see what teams come out for the second period. Because I think for the Brave, if they do hit the North Stars, they're going to actually be competitive. If they let the North Stars skate with Wong, McLaughlin, Swiston, Bert Malloy, those sort of guys with their offensive ability with the puck, there could be problems. There could be big problems for the Brave. So I'm hoping that they do have big problems.
That's very Novocastrian of you, Stephen. So I think we're going to cross to Quincy Kennedy right now. He's got someone down at the benches.
those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their minds wake in the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dreams with open eyes to make them possible. Haig and Hastings, timepieces for dangerous men.
Connor, an explosive first period. Both teams came out really aggressive. You actually got the first penalty minutes of the game. What are you thinking about when it comes to the aggressiveness of the first period?
Yeah, there were big hits both ways. I thought both teams played a very physical first period. But you know what? It was nice coming out on top of that one, even though I took the penalty, getting that first goal, getting ahead of this one.
Absolutely. But more importantly, you got the first goal right outside the slot. What's going to create more opportunities to put the net in?
I think putting the puck on the net's huge for us. All I was trying to do was get an area shot on net there for Scott driving the net. You know what? I got lucky. It went right through. So it's nice to get that first one on our belt, like I said.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the game plan for period two?
Period two, crash some bodies, put the puck in the net.
Absolutely. Hey, appreciate it, Connor. Good luck the rest of the game. Cheers. Thanks.
I'm JFK of NSA Hockey, and I'm going to teach you how to skate backwards. After learning how to skate forwards, well, next thing to do is skate backwards. And it's that simple. We're going to use all the fundamental skills of going forward and apply it going backwards. First things first, our stance. Just like any skill that we teach, we want to make sure we have a nice athletic posture. That means my feet are shoulder width apart. I'm going to lower my center of gravity by bending my knees, keep my chest up, eyes straight forward. A good way to tell if we're getting a low enough knee bend is by flipping our stick vertically and putting it against our knee. If there's a 5 to 6 centimeter gap between our toe and the knob of our stick, that's a good indicator that we're getting low enough. Also, eyes up. If I look down, my chest is going to go forward, I'm going to fall forward. We don't want that. Your feet aren't going anywhere, so you don't have to look at it. So now that we have the correct posture, we're going to work on doing a C cut with our skate. A C cut is a backward stride in the motion of a C or a semicircle. Whenever you're learning a new skill, I recommend you go over to the boards, hold on, and practice the movements. This way you can feel your skate going through the full motion without losing balance or falling over. In order to do a C cut, I want to point the toe of my boot inwards and cut into the ice, making the shape of a C, then return it underneath my body so I can do the same thing with my other leg. Backward skating can be a tricky skill. Instead of starting off with full strides, work on small shuffles so you can get the feel of moving backwards. We do this by pushing off the toe of our skate, then gliding. Once we get comfortable with that, then we can extend our leg more and turn it into our full C cut. You're probably wondering now, what do I do with my hands? Just like our forward stride, we're going to be pumping our arms from front to back. So when I stride out, I pump my arms. This is good to generate speed. However, if we're in a game-like situation, we want to have our hands ready to engage. So my stick hand, I want to keep it by my hip. My free hand, I want it right here so I can engage. I don't need it up here or off to the side. Right here is good, so I can engage or I can point out traffic to my teammates. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for future videos and updates. I'm JFK with NSA Hockey. I'll see you soon.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here for the second period, Hunter Skating Stadium. The lead just 1-0. Newcastle Northstars ahead of the CBR Brave, Steve.
I don't think the game's delivered anything different to what we expected. It is tight out there. I mean, there have been some really good offensive chances that the goaltending has been phenomenal tonight. It's taken away those chances. And it's ironic that quite a nothing shot actually went in and put the North Stars up 1-0 with that shot from Conor McLaughlin. As he said in the interview, put pucks to the net. That's what happens. Put pucks to the net. And he did. So they've taken their opportunity. And it'll be interesting to see if the Brave now can take their opportunities and come back into this game.
All right, anything about the forwards, about the offense you wanted to say? I put you on the spot. How about the D? The D were great, huh?
Oh, fantastic. Now, look, the way that both teams came out of their zone was excellent at times. The neutral zone tend to be a little bit messy. There's a lot of chip in and chase, which is fine. But exactly what you're saying, the defence wasn't really giving them the opportunity to get extra room so they could move. The CBR Brave were very, very strong on our import line, on Wong and on Swiss and McLaughlin. They were up in their face instantly as soon as they came up. So they didn't have an opportunity to really do anything in that end. And of course, our defence is solid. Our defence is very solid. I mean, we've got a couple of very good Australian players there, but also you've got JFK, nationalised Australian, Jason Chalker, big, strong guy, and Dave Ferrari, of course. I mean, he's good enough to go play over in the New Zealand league as well, too, as one of their players. So we're strong. We're strong back there. So I still would think, though, that with the offensive talent that's there, there'll be more opportunities this period. Let's see.
All right. Second period's often kind of slow down a bit. They grind a little. Like we saw heaps of hitting in that first period. Do you think it's going to continue?
Traditionally, you're 100% right, but it seems at this stage that there's a little bit of feeling between these two teams, and dare I say it could be because of Woodrick, possibly, and some of the guys not happy that he's playing for the Brave instead of them. But so I think that the period is going to start at frantic pace, and then I agree with you. I think it'll settle down after that.
Well, these teams have had tough games, and 2 years ago when the Brave started, they came here and embarrassed the Northstars. That was a big shock for Newcastle. It always dominated that team, the Canberra Knights, when they were the Knights here in this rink. And of course, with that semi-final last year, 3-0 lead for the Brave, come back from the dead, huge win, go on to win the Cup. So there's got to be some feeling there.
Of course there is.
We're back.
But also, I was just going to say, this is the second game this weekend for both teams. So at some stage, the legs are going to start feeling that.
They sure will. Well, the players are just getting back on the ice right now. So we'll be starting the second period any moment now. Back to the ice. Joe Myers, the referee, has the puck. We're about to start the second period here with 15 minutes on the clock.
This will be a challenge, Peter, with the Braves going towards us.
It will. Can't even tell if they've got numbers on their arms. I think they do.
They do.
Lindsay hands it off. Wong has the puck, takes a long shot, and that's saved by Toivonen.
Well, that's certainly what you want to do, start the first period. Second period, quickly get the puck down their zone, put pressure on the Braves straight away. So good play there. Not sure if I like the cross ice, but it got there, made the play.
Of course, there's a much wider ice here at Hunter Skanistan than Canberra, maybe even an extra 50% from what you're going to get down there.
Absolutely.
It's a bit longer too.
Just a good play, Swiston. You could see that gap closed totally, so he moved around behind the net and opened it up a little bit, setting up the cycle.
It's not a power play, but it's been a bit like one with Newcastle in possession, but Canberra have it now. They're trying to get out of the zone, and it's gone straight to a Newcastle player. Captain Bert Malloy. He's got some help from Swiston. That's a bad attempt to center it. And a save by Davis keeps it out, Lindsay. And that's gone to a Canberra player, but they're offside. And it has been signalled, so they'll need to touch up.
I'm sure Scott Swiston would love to take that play back again.
That was a shocker. Ruth stick handles and fires it in. It was an attempted shot, it was wide. It's getting onto with John Kennedy Jr. Long handles around Mietman.
That's clever play. Just flick the puck in, put the Canberra Brave under, CBR Brave under pressure. But they're good enough to move it out.
Newcastle offside. 13-19 left in the second period. We had some score updates. In Melbourne, the Ice were leading 5-1 at the end of the second period. And in Sydney, the Bears lead 2-0 after 2 periods also at Liverpool Catholic Club.
Well, again, both those teams have played their second game today, so their legs are going to be burning a little bit as well too. Well, we've got a
penalty on Newcastle player there. It was probably unintentional, but as he fell, lost his footing into the stick of Jonathan Ruth. Wrong place, wrong time. He'll get called 2 minutes for hooking.
I wish I had $1 for every time a player said, "What, me?" I would be filthy rich.
It wasn't intentional, but it was definitely a penalty.
And whether it was hooking, whether it was tripping, or it's whatever, you're right.
Interference. Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe poison. Kabara. It's Casey Kabara. Tyler is not playing this. It's his brother. Malloy fires it down ice, killing the penalty by a few seconds.
Certainly the first Brave power play was not effectual at all. I think it was only one shot the whole time, so they'll be wanting to do better this time.
Into the zone. Woodrick takes it wide. Goes behind the net looking for support. Instead, he gets it to Swiston, his old teammate, and away goes Conor McLaughlin up the right wing. Canberra back in time, but look, Swiston centres, fired by Wong, and it's saved by Toivonen. Pardon me, that was Malloy pinching in. Into the zone. T-Bow looking to centre. Woodrick with a shot, short side, saved by Dave Davis. It worked against Toivonen last year in the final, but it did not work there against Davis. McLaughlin beats his man at the puck and they chip it out of the zone. Swiston and McLaughlin working hard all the time, and Swiston avoids a train wreck there as I think it was Bidlewski came in at high speed, and there's a little bit of motion building here as the players starting to chase each other.
Absolutely. Certainly McLaughlin was looking for a penalty on that, felt he got pushed, but Joe Meyer, referee, decided no.
Woodrick looking a little tired. He was fairly pedestrian there coming back to support. I don't know if he was a little hurt or a little winded, but...
Well, he played a lot in the first period, and also he had a huge rush there right at the beginning of this power play, and it took it a lot out of him, obviously. He came up 200 feet.
Into the zone, chipped in there. Sorry, we won't mention names, but we can't make out the numbers very well most of the time. Here's Jordan Gavin.
That's Meatman with the puck. Ooh, Gavin tried to
that's
put it
gone
front.
to Southwood, the jester. He hands it just under the stick of Wong. Is this a change of lines, or are we partway through a change? Because Wong's out with Southwood. Oh, it's a penalty kill. It was on the ice. Comes Naden. No, it's Ruth, pardon me, Jonathan Ruth.
Look at the speed of Kennedy. He gets that puck so quickly.
Great acceleration. Wong has amazing acceleration. Those watching last night were amazed by how quickly that man gets up and moving. Puck dribbles down to the Northstars end. And Malloy will pick it up, looking to who to pass it to. Lindsay, his line mate in defence. Chance saved by Davis. And it's loose and it's out of the zone, so a good clear there. think Malloy was the one who flicked it out across the blue line and saved a very nice opportunity for the Brave.
It's probably another one that Malloy would like to take back again.
A couple of mistakes from the defence, or sometimes it's been the forwards actually in defence. Shot! Saved by Davis. That was Woodrick. Spin and fired. And I think Newcastle have been penalised here.
Newcastle.
A little too much. And a slash is called. 2 minutes penalty. And going to the box is the skipper, Bert Malloy.
He battled and battled and battled so hard there. Obviously, probably a little bit rattled from the giveaway in front of our own net. But he battled hard there. Unfortunately, something like that's going to happen.
Pressure builds, penalties happen.
That's why you never really want to be in your D zone, because that's where all the pressure comes from.
Back underway, Kennedy tries to chip it out. It rolls along on the top of the boards. Walking the blue line, shot, and it dribbles to Dane Davis off a skater McLaughlin. But he stops it okay with 9:44 remaining and 1:51 left in this penalty.
And again, good positioning by the Northstars. They're really not giving the Brave any opportunities at all on their power plays. The third one now, and really none of them have been dangerous. And another easy clearance.
In the Brave end it goes. Clock is ticking away, which is the intent of the Northstars here. They're wasting time deliberately.
Oh.
Nice move to get into the zone. Casey Kabara, an Aussie kid, played for the Australian team recently. Is that right, Steve?
Sure did. And he went straight around Brandon Wong like he was standing still.
This is a man who's played 311 East Coast Hockey League games. It's AA professional hockey.
I think Brandon was giving him the outside, so it may have been a sneaky little let him go.
Wong's played some AIHL too, where Aussie Nathan Walker is doing quite well with the Hershey Bears right now. Oops. It's into the ceiling, and that will stop play. It's an automatic stop of play.
So obviously Brandon Wong is used to playing in venues that have higher roofs.
Yes, I'm sure he has. Also with a few more seats. I think the average with East Coast would be something around about 3,000 people per arena, maybe more like 4 or 5. Which basically means at 4 or 5 rows all the way around. We're here in Newcastle, we've got 5 rows on one side and 2 on the back end. McLaughlin fires that puck, but it's well wide of the net, but that's probably as much his intent with 33 seconds remaining in this penalty kill for Newcastle. 8:21 left in the second period. Still 1-0, Steve, just the one goal.
You really got to compliment the Northstars for their PK. It has troubled the Brave.
Opportunity for the Brave. Shot. Scores.
That'd be right.
That's your fault, Steve. Alphen, a falling player, makes the biggest difference. I think it was Swiston. And as he dropped the ice, he made the space because someone had to cover for him. Here we go. You see the man fall. Now there's an extra Canberra man unmarked. Shot from the top of the circle, and in it goes. 1-1.
And the Braves set up really well their triangle there, so they had lots of opportunities, and they went hard to the net, so Davis had to really, really focus on the traffic around him as well as the shot. So to their credit, they put it away. And I do apologise to all the North Star fans for putting the mocker on our penalty kill.
I also apologise to the Brave fans because I didn't get what the number was of the scorer. So Kabara had the assist, I didn't get the scorer there. And of course the numbers are pretty much invisible to us here. But we're back to even. That was a power play goal, pardon me.
Yes.
Wong with a shot, saved by Toivonen. And the Brave going to break it out up the right wing. Centres, and it's touched by the Northstars. That was McLaughlin. It's out of the zone. Lindsay breaks up the play, and that was either offside or hand pass. I didn't quite get which one it was.
Yeah, offside. The thing that's amazing about all team sports is you score a goal, all of a sudden the spring and the step starts coming. Now the Brave working harder, quicker, faster, everything's happening because they got a goal. Now it's really up to the Northstars now to blunt that enthusiasm and get back the goal that they need.
Well, they've had more quality chances than the Brave, but it doesn't matter if you don't convert on them, and the Brave had a great opportunity, basically for a few moments, 5-on-3, and they did score. Stanger with the puck right now, he's going up the right wing. Cross-ice pass is cut off. It wasn't quite, it was a centering pass.
Certainly this line's done really well. Tim Stanger and Hamish Powell, they're working well with each other.
Just great effort.
Just enthusiasm.
Powell dumps it in. Oh, pardon me, Powell's pursuing the puck right now. Just copped an elbow as he forechecked. Did. Chance. Saved by Toivonen.
What a clever play to pull that out of the air and then get a shot away. Well done, Jason Chalker.
Shovels at the puck and takes the man as well.
Here come Canberra.
Chalker now, and then we'll talk about. And we're seeing now what we didn't see before is that at even teams, we've got the Brave pressuring the Northstars.
That's improved for them.
Attempted hip check on Woodrick by Kennedy, doesn't connect. Woodrick drops it off, but Girton doesn't have the same chemistry as he had with Luke Moffat last year. It doesn't connect.
Oh, nice play. That was lovely the way he saw Swiston there, Connor, and that's because they played so much together and was able to keep the pressure on in the zone.
Woodrick's down after rubbing along the boards there with Swiston. He's up again now. He seems okay. He does seem to be a little slow at the moment. A wild shot on net goes wide and bounces out to McLaughlin. He centers it, tries to get it to Swiston. He gets it off the rebound off the boards. McLaughlin stuffs at it, and it looks like Toivonen's got it. Still 1-1.
Cool. And again, put the puck to the net. Anything can happen, and that's all that happens then. Swiston should have put on Toivonen, and he fumbled it, and McLaughlin almost had an opportunity. So there is no doubt, as Conor McLaughlin said in our interview after the first period, they've got to get pucks to the net. Bodies to the net, pucks to the net, and the magic will happen.
Face off. Was loose there and attempted backhand by McLaughlin. Couldn't get a good stick to it. And it's chipped out into neutral ice by the Braves. So back comes Kennedy to get the puck. Off the boards. Bank shot off the centre pillar. Ferrari will drop it back for Chalker. Kennedy with him. Reverses. Bit of fatigue now in both teams. We're starting to see the legs a little slower. Could see the scoring open up, or we could see it grind right down. I'll leave all possibilities open, Steve.
Absolutely. Now the Northstars are struggling a little bit trying to get the puck out of the zone, a bit scrambly rather than using each other cleverly. This is much better. Settle it down.
Onto the stick, but had to get it behind him, Pat Naden, and he's lost the puck to the Brave, so we've got some changing happening right now.
Oh, good pick off.
Into the zone.
That was a really, really good shift for Jason Chalker. He'd be happy with that. He picked that puck off and got a shot away very, very early. Would have liked probably to put it in the net. I mean, who wouldn't? But I mean, the fact that he was able to knock the puck down and keep it in the zone, and then right at the end of the shift, just then to keep the puck into the zone and put some pressure on the Braves goaltender. So a really good shift. He did a good job there.
Face off to the right of Toivonen. It's loose. Fired into some skates, so it doesn't make it to the net.
McLaughlin fanned.
Did he? I thought he just fired into some skates there. Lindsay gets pre-hit by Woodrick. The puck goes right through the other side, hits Jeremiah Skates, the referee. Malloy, it's gone to the Brave player, backhander save by Davis. Woodrick's chopping at it, but he's kept outside and he's been called on an extra chop there at Davis's pads. I probably wouldn't have called that, but I can't complain being the Newcastle representative.
Well, certainly there was a lot of enthusiasm around Davis's net, and the fans are letting...
Well, I have to say the fans, there's been no booing at all for him. I think they loved him too much from last year to do that.
Absolutely. But and there was no booing then either, but they were just welcoming him to the penalty box.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. That's fair enough, and I don't think Geordie would mind that either.
Now the opportunity for the Northstars power play.
I think he's still replaying in his mind. It's trying to figure out how he got called.
Yes.
There was some warnings earlier from Joe Meyer about extra goes after the whistle's gone. Wong has a puck. Newcastle have their first power play. McLaughlin. Ooh. In close, saved by Toivonen.
Yes.
In! Stuffs it through and it's 2-1. Just 23 seconds into this penalty and we have a 2-1 lead for the Northstars.
Brandon Wong, he just has so much time when he's got the puck. He knows exactly what to do with it and he knows exactly where the net is.
Here we go, Steve. In close. Wong, one time, two times. Oh, he stuffed it right around the net, a wrap around.
That's what I mean, the time. He just came, took it around behind the goalie. The goaltender had to move out, and he tucked it in behind him. That is a goal scorer. That is a goal scorer.
The man has over 200 points in the East Coast Hockey League. I think Geordie Woodrick has something like 8 points in the East Coast Hockey League. So, and Geordie's a great player and was last year's MVP. So. Just shows how much class this guy's got. Unfortunately, he's only... he's got a chance for Canberra, and he comes. Fires shores! Quickly, he comes back. Prokop, he's been the man for Canberra. And we're equal back at 2-all, even before the announcement was made of the Newcastle goal by Wong. So 2-all, great wrestle.
Prokop is the number one scorer.
Here we go. You've caught Newcastle napping. Prokop comes in, fires, and gets it under the arm of Davis.
300 mil off the ice, bingo, and it goes. Yeah, Newcastle got caught there on that far side. And the speed that Prokop showed proves why he's the number one scorer in the league.
Face off. It's scrambled as the players muscle each other out for the puck. And Tim Stanger won it again, though, with some help. Bouncing off a stick of Mittman. Southwood, expecting that hit, spun around and gave some of his own back. Into the zone, that is the Canberra zone they go. Byers versus Southwood. This has been an effective check-in line for Coach Petrie. 2 minutes to go.
Stanger's having a really good game. He's playing very clever out there tonight and giving Newcastle opportunity to rest their import line so they come out fresh.
Big bounce off the boards there by Kennedy to get it out of the zone. Like a squash player. Casey Kabara, plenty of speed down low. But he's come across John F. Kennedy, who is also pretty speedy.
Well, this is a good line with Kai Meitnen. Meitnen's only a young player. Oh, Kennedy said, welcome to the game. But Meitnen straight down. And Mitch Henning on that line as well. So it's a very young line. The average age should only be 19.
Great hustle by both sides here at the moment. The puck is bouncing, fired from the point, and the defense changes for Newcastle. We're counting down to 1 minute left in the second, and we are at 2-all after 2 quick goals there in this late in this period.
Unlucky.
Puck is knocked away from... Is it Ruth? No, it's Wong, 14.
Brandon Wong.
He's going to take it himself.
Straight around Byers.
Oh, he can't get it on the backhand to get it away past Toivonen. And now up the wing comes, was it Woodrick? It was Gerton, another bearded man. And that's up into the netting for a stop of play with 37 seconds left in the second, Steve.
Gerton and Prokop have been very dangerous for the Brave in this game, and of course they're playing with Woodrick as well too. So that's a dangerous line, and it's so exciting to watch when they're playing against the import line of the Northstars, the speed that actually the game progresses to. But this is going to be a challenge for the Northstars with 37 seconds to go.
What's Prokop doing? He's skating all over the place. Chalker not distracted. It doesn't fire it under the stick though. So we've got another line out here with Naden, Ruth, and shot. Saved by Davis, who was just outside. Chalker was the third man in that line. Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, Coach Petrie showing great confidence in his line, keeping those guys out there and trying to negate the import line for the Brave. He's now bringing out his import line to finish this period off at 23 seconds, but it was great confidence he showed in those players.
Woodrick takes the face-off dot against Wong. 23 seconds remains in this period. Newcastle get a winger win from McLaughlin. Woodrick with it spins, fires, and grabbed by Davis.
Nice save by Davis. It's probably going over the net, but they're settling it all down. There's still 16 seconds to go.
Puck dropped. Canberra get that one with Prokop helping out Woodrick. Woodrick has it.
And Wong for the face.
Prokop fires it. Saved by Davis. Brandon Wong onto the puck. He's got 3 seconds. He's seen the clock. He takes a shot and a save by Toivonen, and that will do it. Oh, half a second left.
0.33 of a second.
They'll probably wind it back a little bit. Net is off.
Yeah, this battle for the face-offs with Wong and Woodrick is just incredible.
That's the period. 2-2 at the end of 30 minutes.
And I must admit that I'm pretty excited about that period. I'm not excited for the Northstars. I mean, they lost the period 2-1, but the game is developing, and we said it's going to be an arm wrestle. Hey, 2-2 doesn't get any closer than that. But I mean, the fact that the Northstars look more settled than the Brave. The Brave are making opportunities and coming down the ice quickly and scoring, but the Northstars are setting up well. So I think at the end of this game, as we're getting towards the pointy end, the Northstars are going to have more legs, and they're going to trouble the Brave.
They seem to be rotating their lines more than Canberra.
That's what I mean. And Woodrick, as you said during the call, looks tired already. So how's he going to be in another 20-minute period? I mean, I know he's a professional and all that, and he'd be very, very fit. But, I mean, the reality is he's not normally called on to skate and play as hard as he is in these games. So he's going to struggle a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, and he didn't play a full season with the Louisiana Ice Skaters. He had some injury, and he'd started a bit late. And he probably was second, third line there, so not as much quality ice time as you say. Fatigue will probably be a factor in the third period, do you think?
Oh, I think it definitely is going to be. I mean, we have to hope that the goaltenders stay strong. They have so far. Probably Davis might have been happy about a couple of those goals, but I mean, in all seriousness, you're going to do your best. And he's got to have a team in front of him that stops those opportunities from happening. But I do believe that the players are going to start suffering from it. I think the Northstars are going to handle it better. So I think we're going to come out quite bright.
So as they've done, Brave are going to have to rely on counter-attacking and opportunities, which they've managed there. One with drawing a penalty and scoring the power play, and the other one just a great opportunity, a breakaway, a great bit of cherry-picking, old-fashioned. I know someone called Steve Lindsay used to be pretty good at that.
Hey.
Was that Gary Dore was the cherry-picker?
That's Gary Dore, yeah.
All right, we'll switch over. I think we've got Quincy Kennedy with someone down at the Players bench.
Here with Coach. You came off an amazing win last night. Boys came out at 100%, very excited, fast-paced, really aggressive. Coming into the second period, they stayed very aggressive. Is that what's going to take to finish this game off, the aggressiveness?
I think when you play against a team that's got the quality of player and the personnel that Canberra has, you have to try and find an edge any way you can. So what we try and have the boys do is just play as physical a game as possible, make sure you finish every check, and hopefully that sends a message that there's no free ice out there.
Absolutely. Talking about the check, forward check is looking really good, keeping the puck down in their end. What's going on when it comes down to the back check?
The back check, I guess, what we're trying to do is have guys track the strong side and make sure that they're filling space. We want to make sure that the puck carrier has a hard time of getting through the neutral zone, and we're trying to force them into dumping puck. So if they don't puck, we get the puck back and we're in possession.
Absolutely. Penalties haven't been too bad for you guys.
Well, I don't know. I think the penalty count's 5 or 6 to 1. You know, in a physical game, it's usually unusual for one team to be more heavily penalised than another. But maybe it'll even out in this third period. Who knows?
Absolutely. Talking about the third period, coming in again very strong. Your guys look like they're very motivated to finish this game off. The game is 2-2. What's going to put it away for you guys?
Hopefully more of the same. I feel like we're getting the better opportunities. I think that we're creating more chances. I'm not sure what the shot count is, but it feels like it's probably fairly heavily in our favour. If we throw enough puck and then crash enough body, we should get another dirty one, and that might get us the win.
There we go, Coach. Hey, Coach, I appreciate it. Good luck for the third period.
Thanks very much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Cheers.
Hagen Hastings, hagenhastings.com.
Hi, I'm JFK of NSA Hockey, and I'm going to teach you how to skate backwards. After learning how to skate forwards, well, next thing to do is skate backwards. And it's that simple. We're going to use all the fundamental skills of going forward and apply it going backwards. First things first, our stance. Just like any skill that we teach, we want to make sure we have a nice athletic posture. That means my feet are shoulder width apart. I'm going to lower my center of gravity by bending my knees, keep my chest up, eyes straight forward. A good way to tell if we're getting a low enough knee bend is by flipping our stick vertically and putting it against our knee. If there's a 5 to 6 centimeter gap between our toe and the knob of our stick, that's a good indicator that we're getting low enough. Also, eyes up. If I look down, my chest is going to go forward, I'm going to fall forward. We don't want that. Your feet aren't going anywhere, so you don't have to look at it. So now that we have the correct posture, we're going to work on doing a C cut with our skate. A C cut is a backward stride in the motion of a C or a semicircle. Whenever you're learning a new skill, I recommend you go over to the boards, hold on, and practice the movements. This way you can feel your skate going through the full motion without losing balance or falling over. In order to do a C cut, I want to point the toe of my boot inwards and cut into the ice, making the shape of a C, then return it underneath my body so I can do the same thing with my other leg. Backward skating can be a tricky skill. Instead of starting off with full strides, work on small shuffles so you can get the feel of moving backwards. We do this by pushing off the toe of our skate, then gliding. Once we get comfortable with that, then we can extend our leg more and turn it into our full C cut. You're probably wondering now, what do I do with my hands? Just like our forward stride, we're going to be pumping our arms from front to back. So when I stride out, I pump my arms. This is good to generate speed. However, if we're in a game-like situation, we want to have our hands ready to engage. So my stick hand, I want to keep it by my hip. My free hand, I want it right here so I can engage. I don't need it up here or off to the side. Right here is good, so I can engage or I can point out traffic to my teammates. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for future videos and updates. I'm JFK with NSA Hockey. I'll see you soon.
course, entered the second period leading 1-0.
Well, it was interesting to hear the interview that was done with Coach Petrie. And he believes the same thing we've been saying. Get pucks to the net, get bodies to the net, keep banging them, finish the check, all those little things. Again, the little detail. Do the little detail well, and the good things will happen. So obviously he believes that they will do it, and we believe it'll do it, because we don't believe that the Brave are going to have the legs to keep skating with the Northstars. So I think if they can just do those little things well, we should have this game.
Okay. Any key personnel that you want to point out for this period?
Well, I tell you, for the Northstars,
so it's gone into his padding. Long, Beaver Taps gets the puck. It's knocked down mid-ice. Stolen by McLaughlin, but the Brave have it and are breaking up the left wing. Kennedy there. Puck goes through Swiston out the other side. McLaughlin, his attempted pass is cut off. Brave doing a good job of being quick to the puck, keeping the pressure, the time and space away from Newcastle right now.
Good pressure by the Northstars. The import line was on for a lot of that, but they did a good job keeping the pressure on.
Puck goes down deep into Newcastle's, and the teams are 5-on-5 still. 2-2 is the score.
That's the Northstar line I like to see out there with Hamish Powell and also Tim Sanger. Good speed. Oh, well done.
They're under pressure there after an early mistake, but Powell has stolen the puck and he's driven it deep into the CBR Brave end. So he's done the job for his team there. Chalker getting in deep.
Good pinch.
Meitinen is bumped, and there's going to be a call probably on Powell. But yes, he's going to the box. He's one guy you don't see complain about penalties.
We knew it happened. I mean, he could have also got a high sticking penalty as well too, because the stick came up high in that little altercation battle.
So we'll have a power play again for the Brave. I think Newcastle just had the one.
I'm not saying a word about this. I'm just going to leave you to speak for 2 minutes.
Well, hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully there's some stop of play for me. Robert Cannon pressured there by McLaughlin. Gertens picks up the puck and gets it to Casey Kabara. Up they go. It's on the left wing right now. In the zone, fires a puck. It's a goal right through Davis, and first time the Brave are leading 3-2. Quickly scoring on that power play. There was still 1:37 left in it.
I mean, that's why Goody Woodrick was the number one player last year in the AIHL. Down that wing, blasts a shot and straight in the net. And I'm sure Davis would love to have that back again. But boy, oh boy, that was a boomer.
Yeah, he's a big man and he fires a big shot. And it's how he scored several shots here last season. Brave for their first lead of the game. They win the face-off. We've got 17 minutes and 22 remaining, and Newcastle are on the defensive. 3-all in Sydney.
Northstars really need to fight back quickly so they can start to dictate this game. And that's a nice play.
McLaughlin loses his footing, and fortunately for the Brave, because he was away to the races there. Gurdon tries to pass the Boyle. It's a stray and chipped in there by Malloy. Gurdon has it again. It's up this time the right wing to Prokop. Goes inside, gets some space, fires, and saved by Davis that time.
And that's the kind of response that Davis needs from that goal. Just snap it, nice and safe, and just drop the puck there so the boys know that he's still got his head in the game.
Face-off will be to his left. Game is underway in Perth. That's the Mustangs and the Thunder. Attempted shot is knocked down. Newcastle nearly had a breakaway there. Jonathan Ruth versus Byers. Martini on the ice here tonight. Haven't seen as much as him. He had last night off for a wedding, I believe. Didn't go to Sydney. But he's played many games for the Northstars. I think he's up around 150 games now.
Jonathan Rupp really skates like Pat Naden. I thought he was out in the ice, but he's not.
Do I have his name wrong?
No, he's exactly right. It is Jonathan. I just thought it was Pat Naden.
Well, spells it
exactly the
Jonathan.
same.
Newcastle struggling to get it out cleanly, but now they do. Dumped in on Toivonen, who steers that aside. Boyle first to it. It's hit by Ferrari, kept in zone. Attempted redirect there by Swiston, and the puck has gone to Rubenkainen, who gets around the boards to Canberra. His pass is a strain, goes to Ferrari.
Whoops.
Intercept. Canberra into the zone, fires a puck, it's off the glass, and a rebound shot is blocked. Newcastle down a goal. Into the zone. Swiston fires, tries the 5-hole, stopped by Toivonen. Swiston gets a hit in. Kept in the zone by using the body. Now, there's been a high stick call. And I think it's on Newcastle.
How clever was Brandon Wong just then? I don't know if you were just noticing the way he's doing his feet and his stick and the skate and everything. Just, it was beautiful. And keep the puck in the zone. Unfortunately, the high stick brings the play back. But if it hadn't,
It's not a
he
penalty,
would have
it was a
danced
high
in.
stick out of play.
Yep.
McLaughlin can't push it past Rubenkainen. Oh, he hits him hard and into the boards. And no penalty. Rubenkainen's okay. 12 on 12. Put him off balance there.
Yes, he definitely would have been asking the question about why it wasn't boarding.
Yeah, I kind of thought it might be. Shot. And a save by Toivonen with the pad. Malloy knocks down his man. It's in loose in front. But there's lots of white jerseys there to help. Prokop looking.
That was dangerous there for the Brave, and they neutralised it very, very easily, very well.
That's off a stick and high, but it stays in play. Brendan Wong taps it towards Hamish Powell, but it's bouncing too much and he can't get the shot away cleanly. Still in the zone. Now it's out into neutral ice. Fired in by Kennedy. He and Girton exchange sticks. Byers right now up the left wing. Pinched off by Kennedy there, and in comes Southwood to help out.
Ooh. Poor old Davis was left by himself there.
There's a stick laying in the middle of the ice in the Newcastle end. Long pass just under the stick there of Tim Stanger. Pressed into the boards hard. Powell. Stanger back to get it. Powell circling in front. No, he's calling out for it. Fight on net. No blue jerseys yet. And it's cleared there by Moore, who's grabbed and now fired, thrown away the stick of Hamish Powell. And I think he's been called for it.
Yeah, it'll be a Canberra penalty.
Powell, shot. It's off a stick. Rebound, shoot, scores!
Dave Ferrari!
He doesn't score many. That was a beauty. And it was on the delayed penalty. We've got a 3-all game. It's going to be a beauty, Steve, here for the end of this one.
Dave Ferrari, the look on his face, he is so happy.
That was all his Christmases come at once. Rebound off a stick. Fired. Here's a rebound. Boom! Dave Ferrari puts it away.
Great job there by Hamish Powell and Tim Stanger to get the puck to the net. Stanger's backhand got that rebound that Dave Ferrari was able to capitalise on. And boy, did we need that.
How nice is it for a coach to have your second or your third line get some goals for you in that sort of situation?
Just cream.
Takes the pressure off. Here's some pressure now from Newcastle. That's gone right through on the other side. So we've got Wong versus Woodrick. Prokop buzzed by Swiston, but Swiston doesn't get the puck. Long pass. It's onto the stick and picked up by McLaughlin. He's got pressure from Boyle. In front, backhand, saved by Toivonen. Wong with a backhand. Kept in the zone by Lindsay. Wong versus Rubenkainen. Woodrick. It's a hit on Swiston. It's in his skates, so it's gone forward and it's been picked up by Can't make out the name. Shot and a save by Davis.
Yep.
I think that was Johnson, number 3. $12:35 left in this game.
Well, again, Canberra surprised me a little bit. They're still coming with the same sort of speed that they started this period at. So it'll be interesting to see if that starts to fade.
Back underway and in Newcastle's end. Good pressure from Canberra. Bodies dropping to the ice. Ooh, that was a hard hit. Stapled to the boards there, and no penalty either on that one. And I think the captain will ask why. Yeah, the assistant captain, John Kennedy, has gone to ask why there wasn't a penalty. Is that Malloy?
I think it's Dave Ferrari.
That was face right into the boards there, into the glass. Newcastle's glass is glass. It's not plexi. It doesn't flex much.
Yes, Dave Ferrari. He looks a little bit dazed there.
Yeah, 25 Dave Ferrari has been rattled by that one. He's had his head stapled to the boards, into the glass, and he looks a little shaky right now.
I hope he's okay, because he's an integral part of Coach Petrie's systems on that line.
I thought that might have been a penalty, Steve.
It's all about the angles, Peter. It's all about the angles. And obviously where the referee was standing, he didn't see it as anything dangerous or anything to worry about.
Face off. Winger win here, well, I think. Who's got it? Newcastle have the puck. Well, we had Jonathan Ruth take a hit to the head last week and a concussion from that. That's something to be avoided. Dumped in and icing called on the Brave, I believe.
No, what actually happened, they chipped it in and Matthew Lindsay hit it. And unfortunately, it bounced and went out.
So it's actually Newcastle's got it out of play.
Yep. Good hand-eye coordination, though, Pete.
Quite. Didn't have the result he was after.
No.
Newcastle had the puck. There's 11:45 left in this game. There were 3-3, so we're in for a thriller. Sitting happy, huh?
This is what Newcastle wants to see. Brandon Wong with the puck.
Going up the middle, goes around 2 players, trying to get around 3. Rumacan is going to be hard to shake. He's a veteran of many campaigns.
Rebound.
Saved by Toivonen, a backhand, another save. Swiston there with doing the work. To the point, Lindsay, quick shot, save, and Toivonen has frozen the puck. Wong right there for it.
I don't mind saying that's what Toivonen's done very, very well all night. There haven't been many rebounds at all. He's been able to fold on that puck and keep the offense from the Northstars away from it. So all to him. Well done.
6-2 the final score in Melbourne. Shot and a save by Toivonen. Plenty of juice on that one from Kennedy.
And Peter, I have to say that this is Gordy Woodrick against Tim Stanger, and Stanger won that face-off. That was outstanding. See if we can do it again. Almost.
Nearly got it. Woodrick the better of that one. Kennedy now has the puck though. Woodrick forechecking. Kennedy has it back. Up the boards, cut off, and pushed in. So a desperate but successful attempt there by Newcastle. Tim Stanger again having a good game, Tim. Quick shot gets away, it's off the post. Toivonen couldn't see that through the screen.
Ferrari's in everything tonight.
He's having an eye. Well, he's off to New Zealand soon. Tim Stanger with a attempt. Another attempt, and that was off the other post.
Oh, Timmy Stanger.
I'm sorry, Beth, there might be some stuff changing here. We're getting some really good games from the second, third line here for Newcastle, getting some great opportunities and a goal. And
Looks like
Newcastle
we've got an
penalised,
interference call coming against the Northstars, against Jason Chalker.
Just have a quick look at one post. And another one coming up. Back to
We've
play.
got timeout being called now by the Brave. Give them a chance to settle. And I'm sure they're going to want to try and get this power play sorted out, because it has not been effectual for them tonight, except for my one.
They got one. And it was what they needed. So if your ticket is A14, you've just won. So we still have half the period to go, Steve. That's the other point.
Well, let's just see what this could be a turning point. If the Northstars can kill this, I think they'll have the momentum to get right back into Canberra's face.
Back underway. Melbourne have it. Pardon me, Canberra have it. It's their power play. Got 2 minutes of it. Woodrick fires. It's wide of the net. Davis reaches but doesn't grab it.
Oh,
Nice
what
moves.
talent.
That's got to be wrong. The way
It
he
certainly
spins
was
like
Brandon
that.
Wong.
Breakout here by Canberra. Girton up the middle. He's got Kubara on his right and on the left, Woodrick. He's cut off by a much smaller but very effective John F. Kennedy, and that's out of the zone. So Newcastle doing a great job of killing this penalty so far. Toivonen gets the puck. Boyle with him. Swiston buzzes down low to try and break up this breakout. They go up the right wing with Girton, number 2. Pass inside. Woodrick, not where the buck was anyway.
Well,
Kept
the Brave
it
has certainly
in
looked
front.
for him.
Off a Newcastle stick, but it's gone to a Newcastle play. Mark Rummenkainen, that puck must have hit a piece of ice or something that skipped
it's an
up in the
icing
air.
call. Yep. That was the right decision.
So 9 minutes remaining, 3-3 still to score. There's 36 seconds remaining in this penalty kill for the Northstars.
And again, they're taking away the opportunities from the Brave, the Northstars penalty kill. Done a very good job again here.
Brave have the puck. Girton. Inside. Now going up the middle, I think is at
Casey Kubara.
Kubara, number 15. Newcastle have the puck in their own end now. Trying to get it out of the zone.
Oh, well done.
Attempted to cut it off there, Girton, but they should almost see out the penalty with 10 seconds remaining. We have Toivonen slaps the puck as the penalty's about to expire. It's
There we
bounced
go.
off McLaughlin. It's loose. Out of the box comes Chalker, 16. Down low. Saved by Davis. He's pounced on that puck and frozen it. And it's just what his team needed.
Yeah, absolutely. The Northstars did a fantastic job killing that. And now with a bit of luck, they can build some momentum on that. And let's get down this end and put some pressure on the Brave.
8:21 remains in this game. To the point. So the penalty is over. Brave, however, had possession. Well, not anymore. Wong can't stick handle it in Girton. He's cut off, but Newcastle get the puck back. Here comes Connor McLaughlin. Looking for Swiston. Wong with a rebound. McLaughlin went for the rebound. Rummenkainen was first to it. D to D to Chalker. Pardon me, Wong. Fired. And redirect is too wide. Swiston gathers the puck, spins and fires, and a save by Toivonen. Doyle backhands the puck out of the zone. Kennedy, he's going to have a go. Into the zone, bumped, but he to the outside by Rumakainen. He goes around the net, tries it himself, and scooped away by Rumakainen. Chalker keeps it in the zone. He's been helping out on D, so he's a good man to fill in. Brave pinned in their zone at the moment. Watini takes a hit from Gavin, Jordan Gavin, the captain. Haven't seen a lot of Gavin tonight. Kennedy cuts off. I think it was Prokop. Watini takes a shot. And a save by Toivonen. Ruth heads to the net and gets some attention, but doesn't draw a penalty.
Well, again, give Toivonen credit where credit is due. There is just no rebounds coming off him. So even though we're throwing bodies to it, which is the right thing to do, it's just the puck's not coming to him.
3-0, great game here at Hunter Skating Stadium. These two teams have become rivals. Traditionally, it was Ice Dogs have been the main rival for Newcastle, but I think Brave have taken that position. Some great battles. Puck skips past James Byers. It's kept in the zone there. That's one thing that Newcastle's been really good at tonight, is that keeping the pressure by keeping the puck in the zone. This time it's out. Kennedy is cross pass to his D partner, is touched by a Canberra stick and out of
Well, this is really what Newcastle needs to be doing, keep the pressure on Canberra, because if the Brave keep fighting and fighting in the D zone, they're going to start running out of legs, and then the opportunity is going to come for the Northstars. So they're doing the right thing, putting the pressure on, using the system, keep the pressure down in this zone. It'll come.
Woodrick's back on, so his line is out.
Oh,
Swiston's got some space. Crosses to McLaughlin, but Toivonen has it. Swiston spins. Wong has it into the zone on his own, and I don't know why it stopped. It couldn't have been offside, was it? It must have been offside. I thought Wong was in on his own.
Let's come to ask the referee about a call on this.
So it's either a mistake or there's been a major behind play. It was about the clock.
So they'll have to work out how much time to put on it.
Clock left running, I'd say, after that last period of play.
I don't know if the Northstars would be 100% happy with that when they're attacking the zone, and it looked like they had an opportunity. I do like the speed that the Northstars are showing out there. They're doing everything controlled, but they're doing it at speed as well too. Now, the Brave are, in all seriousness, are combating a lot of that with their own strengths, because they've been very tight on this import line for the Northstars. But when we look at that last shift that they had, there was 3 really good shots at the net, but Toivonen just sucks everything up. He doesn't allow any rebounds, and he's not giving the Northstars the opportunities they want. So it's going to have to be a really good shot that beats him.
Just anecdotal here, but it seems Toivonen's had a lot more shots on net than Davis. Woodrick loses that one eventually to Wong. Wong's heading to the net. That's through and out the other side, and Prokop will pick it up for the CBR Brave. Now Lindsay, though, gets it in neutral ice. It's touched by Prokop and goes around the top of the boards. Swiston there.
Nice touch.
McLaughlin takes a big bump and wins it against Woodrick. Had the better balance. Woodrick was a bigger man, but big slash, and that one was picked up. Woodrick had a big slash here on the hands of Swiston, and that was very much picked up by Joe Meyer, and that should be player stop. And Woodrick nearly hit his own player with a puck there.
Yeah, Brandon Wong just tried to make it happen like it did previously, getting the puck down on his feet, but didn't quite work that time. But it's a great opportunity for the North Stars. With just under 5 minutes to go, 2-minute chance to get up in front.
It's the second or third power play for the North Stars? Still not many.
Certainly not many.
I think it's the second.
I think it's the third, I think.
Yeah, okay. I am suffering from dementia from old age.
Well, Woodrick's been on the bench twice.
Looks like a timeout called by Coach Petrie at the Newcastle bench.
Yeah, this is a good time to call it. 5 minutes to go. The imports have been on the ice a lot tonight, and this gives an opportunity to think a little bit about the power play and how we're going to get some good opportunities and get some shots away. Because really, we've got the shooters. We've just got to get them shooting the puck.
So next weekend, the North Stars are in Melbourne for a double. If I remember right, it's against the Mustangs, while the Ice are making the trip to Brisbane, and we'll play the Bears. It'll be Bears home games in Brisbane. One game in Brisbane Southwest and one in Northeast Bundle.
It's fantastic. No, it's great that the game's going back up to Queensland and give the fans up there an opportunity to see this game that is so good now. Since the Blue Tongues haven't been in the league, it has progressed a lot. Not because the Blue Tongues haven't been in the league, but just the league has progressed a lot. The imports are getting better, the Australian players are getting better, goaltending's getting better. It's a great product.
To get underway, it's a power play for the North Stars. Byers under pressure in his own zone. Swiston looking for someone to pass to. He circles back, gets it to Kennedy, gets it back. Now Wong's in front, setting up to the point. Lindsay tries to get it to Swiston. It goes past him, and Rim McCann beats him to the puck. They battle for it in the corner. He gets assistance from two others. Wong does retrieve the puck. Tries to feed it to Malloy, sneaking in. And Mittman was there to cover him. Wong reverses. Quickly changes so quickly. Does Wong. Fired at us. Oh, I think it was a save. It's gone behind the net in any case. And that's hit his own player, Roman Cannon. He just pushed the back of the net into his own goalie. That's how Eunice was hurt last year.
Rumican was trying to take the net off.
We could have been more obvious about it. McLaughlin to Malloy. Fires. Save. And that's squirted out the side, and Swiston will pick it up. Power play continues, though. Swiston's pass is a little error and bounces over the stick of Malloy. Swiston gets it back, and he's got some space as the Brave are tired and changing. Ruben Cannon didn't get the change. Neither did Swiston. Or Kennedy. Kennedy has a puck.
Wong's just got waiting for the one-timer. Unlucky.
Fired down the ice, and Davis slides across to stop that one.
That was the right play by Malloy. Wong was waiting for it, but just didn't get the puck to him.
Some of the Newcastle players are changing now, as we're down in the 15-second mark remaining in this power play. Inside pass. Chipped on there by McLaughlin. He's still up there. And a stuff attempt by Jonathan Ruth. Doesn't make it past Toivonen. Fired, it's off, bounces off two players, changes direction twice. Backhand attempt by Lindsay. And a big whiff there by Canberra gives the opportunity to Newcastle. Lindsay.
Oh, unlucky.
Bouncing puck, can't get it away. Latini. Stuff shot there by McLaughlin, but stopped by Toivonen.
Again, Toivonen just sucking up any rebound, anything that's near him. Done a fantastic job, and you can see he's struggling to get up from his knees, and I don't blame him. He's had to do a lot of work tonight, a lot of work.
Yeah.
But both power play units were very effectual then. There's lots of opportunities. It's just unlucky that they didn't score because there's a couple of open nets there. But now it's 2 minutes and 41 seconds, and hang on.
That one's knocked down. Kept in the zone by Newcastle. Once again, they're doing a great job with that. That was Jonathan Ruth. Newcastle a little tired. They're not getting clean dispatches of the puck or passes. And Brave are hanging in there. Still putting pressure on. Byers. Can't get a clean shot away, but they're getting the bounces at the moment. And some pressure. That was a mistake, but seems to get away with it. It's bouncing off some legs, and Tim Stanger can't get it into the zone for the dump and chase. The players swinging at pucks and not hitting a lot at the moment.
Well, the Brave are trying to get it to Woodrick. Northstars are trying to get it to Wong.
Get it to Woody. Everyone wants to get to Woodrick at the moment. It's like that game against the Ice Dogs. 90 survives. The two players coming together there. Swiston, I think, was it Byers or Woodrick?
Oh,
Puck is loose in front. Wong running out of space. Swiston coming in, but the puck was heading the wrong direction, and Toivonen freezes the puck with 1:15 left. Pressure's building.
Oh, as I told you, mate, 2 minutes and 41 seconds of hang on. Now it's 1 minute and 15 seconds of hang on.
Who's hanging on the most? Both teams were in trouble in that shift.
Well, if I was on the North Stars, I'd kind of like where the face-off is right now.
Touche. This line
Wong
stays
just
out.
Needs to win this. He's against Meetonen. He should. He doesn't.
Meetonen gets that puck, but it's a winger win, McLaughlin. And to the point, and it's a bouncing shot from Lindsay into the corner against Wong, against from McCannon. Swiston into battle, gets it to McLaughlin. Backhand. Oh, pardon me, it wasn't a backhand, but it was awkward angle, but stopped again by Toivonen.
Wow. How good was that from Toivonen? Connor McLaughlin was getting ready to skate back to the bench with his hand in there, waiting for the claps. Jeez.
1:01 left in the game. For Eagle, at the end of it, goes a shootout. Saved by Toivonen again. That time from Lindsay at the point.
Just no rebounds. Just no rebounds. He's sucking everything up.
That's what you want from your goalie. He's had so much more work than Davis. Doing a great job for the Brave. Backhand from Prokop, gets it into neutral ice. Once again, Newcastle with the pressure here. Swiston takes a short side stop, and once again, covered up by Toivonen.
Great job. You could see that shot was coming. He could see that McLaughlin was coming in the middle. He knew he couldn't give a rebound away, and he didn't. This is a good move here by Coach Petrie. He's put JFK on the ice.
JFK's a pretty good scorer as well as... Oh, that one's off the top bar and out. Out of play off Brendan Wong's stick.
Yeah, Kennedy certainly has a big shot, and he can one-time the puck as well too. So if he gets an opportunity, we will see the puck going towards the net.
Some laughs there from Ren Cannon as he talks with Joe Meyer, the ref. So this line is still on the ice. They must be tired, but they only have 36 seconds at most left in this game. Woodrick versus Wong.
.30 seconds.
Swiston in close McLaughlin. Woodrick's here between these two Northstars, and he gets it out and around for 21 seconds now. So it has been the Northstars with the possession at the end of this period, but they've not got one past Toivonen. There's a chance now at 12 left. Shot, save. Well, he got one from there, but not the second. Toivonen's covering up that 5-hole very nicely now.
Well, Toivonen learnt something from that goal that Connor McLaughlin scored in the first period. He came to the top of his crease there and gave him no angle, whereas before it was too deep, and that's why McLaughlin was able to get the puck through.
10 seconds left in the game before we have to go to shootout. Unless somebody can score here, and we've got 4 or 5 seconds left. Kennedy, shot, save, rebound, loose.
Wow.
Point out of the zone. We're going to shootout.
What a great way to finish a game.
3 periods.
Oh, fantastic.
And there is a bit of celebration at the Brave bench, just that they were able to hang on there under great pressure at the end there. So we're sharing the points tonight. They each have 1 point each. They each have 1 point. We'll see who gets to take home the second and the W.
Just a really good game of hockey, Peter. I mean, that was end to end. There were some big hits. The goals were, I would say, probably dirty. There weren't really any great shots or anything that went for goals, but a lot of pucks at the net, and they went in. But the reality of it is, these are two evenly matched teams. They've got goaltending, they've got defense, they've got offense. They're very evenly matched. And Canberra are going to be interesting to watch when Steve Blunden's playing for them as well, too.
That's true.
Number one scorer in the league, Prokop.
Onto the puck he goes. He's a left-hand shot. He's putting on the forehand. Waits. Can't outweigh Davis. It's a save. And advantage Newcastle. Best of three to start off with. Conor McLaughlin first.
He certainly let Davis know what he was going to do. It was pretty obvious he was going to go onto his forehand side. And Davis did a great job of waiting.
Toivonen is a smaller man than Davis, so he should have good lateral movement, but he doesn't cover as much net. McLaughlin, left-hand shot again, waits, shoots, save. Toivonen.
Again, goaltender just waiting.
Now Woodrick versus Davis. Now Davis, of course, has had the advantage of taking plenty of shots from Woodrick in practice before. We'll see how that works out here. And for the first time, we got some boos for Geordie Woodrick from the crowd.
Fans are saying hello.
Another left shot. He waits, hangs a foot out, scores! Advantage to the Brave. They've got one up. Newcastle now must score at least one to stay in the winning contention. And sending Brendan Wong out there. He's the man you hope can do it.
Well, after a week's rest, he should be comfortable with this.
Left-hand shot. He's going to take it wide. Deeks waits. Save. Toivonen didn't lift the puck over the pads.
And he knew that he had to. Oh, he'd be so frustrated with himself about that.
Yeah, it was a resigned smile there. So Brave can win it here with Gertie. If he gets this by Davis, it is a Brave win. If not, the Northstars must score to save the game.
Come on, Davis.
Gertie. Fire scores! Brave win! 4-3 winners here at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. And don't worry, the next game here at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium is the same two teams. So a bit of celebration from a big celebration from the Brave.
Oh, they are just so happy. I mean, that's 4 points they've taken away from this weekend on this road trip up to New South Wales. And they're happy with that. And the Northstars,
They lost last
shootout
night.
loss. Sorry?
They lost last night, so they've only got two this weekend.
I'll just see if you were paying attention. Thanks.
Oh, sorry, no, I'm wrong. They lost the shootout, so they've taken 3 this weekend. They've lost the shootout and won a shootout. But Northstars, outright win last night, but a shootout loss tonight. But they've come away with 4 points from the weekend. If I could do mathematics, I would tell you what the ladder is right now. But well done for the Brave. They hung on there under immense pressure, and I think the story tonight was Toivonen.
Absolutely.
He had key players for Newcastle, Malloy and Chalker we picked.
Yep, absolutely. No, Toivonen had a brilliant game. Experience there by the shooter. But just the way he hung in there, and kept the Brave in the game. And he deserves every accolade that he gets today.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your Mother's Day. As my mum says, you can buy resources, but you can't buy respect.
Correct.
Good night.
Good night.